Go back to Friday in college basketball, and you had Monmouth in Lawrence to face number 5 Kansas. Monmouth v. Kansas. Jayhawks, number 5. And that game went exactly the way you'd expect a Monmouth-Kansas game to go. With 25 seconds left in that game, KU is up big. In fact, really big. 110-55. 5 seconds left. They're up 55. They're going to dribble out the clock, as you'd expect. A classic double up. 55. 110-55. And that game's going to mercifully come to an end. Unless George Papas has anything to do with it. My man George of Monmouth, not consent to sit back and watch basketball's version of the victory formation. So he did the most ridiculous and awesome thing that I think I have ever seen, at least in the midst of a 55-point blowout. This truly is incredible.
KU doesn't have to shoot. If it ends right now, it's going to be a doubled-up final tally. I think that's where it's going to end. Tristan Inaruta has it taken away by Pappas as he was trying to dribble out the clock, and Pappas throws down a dunk and then gets up in Inaruta's face. He's going to get teed up, and he should. KU was doing the classy thing and running out the clock. Pappas then comes in, takes the ball away, throws a dunk, and then talks trash. He needs to get back to New Jersey with that type of attitude.
What? What kind of attitude? That was a great call. Jayhawks Radio. Man, Pappas, I'll tell you what, that's just not cool. This guy's got to get back to New Jersey with that type of attitude. But that type of attitude, that guy can go wherever the hell he wants. New Jersey, LA, Boston, Philly, Chicago, Orange County. Where is that type of attitude not welcomed?
He needs to get back to New Jersey with that type of attitude.
Is that a New Jersey thing? Because if that's a New Jersey thing, I need to spend more time in New Jersey. I haven't heard KU being that offended by anything that happened at Allen Fieldhouse since Snoop showed up with stripper poles and some naughty words. This freaking dude, Pappas, is incredible. If you haven't seen the video and you only heard the audio, there are 5 seconds left. They're dribbling out the final 5 seconds. They're up 55. Everybody else is on their way to the locker room except George Pappas. He sneaks up behind the back of the dude dribbling out the clock, rips the ball, runs down the other way, and dunks the damn thing. And then no sooner than he hit the floor is running his mouth all over that barn, yelling at least twice, quote, "I don't give a bleep. I don't give a bleep." And then he gets teed up for it, and KU gets the margin right back to double-up territory. What an amazing sequence that was. And this dude, George Pappas, I mean, again, I've said this a million times on this show. I would never indict a guy for his look, but he's got the exact look of a guy who would steal the ball, down 55 with 4 seconds left, flush it, then bleep the world twice on national TV. And the best part is, while his coach, King Rice, which is an amazing name, King Rice, while King Rice apologized to KU for his players' actions, Bill Self actually went the other way and criticized his own guy for being too casual with the rock at the end of the game. Then again, I understand you want to coach until the last second, and especially if there's a teaching moment involved. I just didn't know you had to protect the rock with 4 seconds left in a game in an obvious dribble out situation in a 55-point beatdown. I didn't know you had to worry about protecting the ball with 4 seconds left in that situation. Then again, I really didn't know George Pappas of Monmouth until Friday. And man, I'm damn glad I do. Now I'm looking all over the internet for this guy's gamer. I don't have a gamer. And no offense to anybody, I'm an adult. I'm a 55-something-year-old guy. I don't wear college players' gamers. However, I'm about to make an exception. Because if I were ever to wear a jersey, college, pro, or otherwise, it's going to be the jersey of some rando who pickpocketed the rock down 55, dunked it the other way, and screamed, "I don't give an F," twice on national TV. Pretty hard to trend on Twitter these days, especially as a kid bawling from Monmouth in a 55-point beatdown, but Georgie P found a way. And now I need his gamer.
KU doesn't have to shoot. If it ends right now, it's going to be a doubled-up final tally. I think that's where it's going to end. Tristan Inaruda has it taken away by Pappas as he was trying to dribble out the clock, and Pappas throws down a dunk and then gets up in Inaruda's face. He's going to get teed up, and he should. KU was doing the classy thing and running out the clock. Pappas then comes in, takes the ball away, throws a dunk, and then talks trash. He needs to get back to New Jersey with that type of attitude.
Nothing against KU, but let's not get carried away with hyping them up for doing the classy thing. You were pounding the ball into the ground for 4 seconds. That doesn't exactly scream class. You were doing what everybody else who's had a 55-point lead with 5 seconds left would ever do or has ever done. So let's not get carried away with how classy that was. And let's also not get carried away with saying how jacked up it was that Pappas stole the ball. There was still time left on the clock, all right? If you're going to say to me that a coach will never stop coaching until the game ends, then don't get all bent out of shape when a player continues to play until the game ends and then let you hear about it afterwards. An incredible moment in college basketball. Hey, Rome, love the aggressiveness from that Monmouth player who dunked and celebrated down 55. Dude really gets it. Signed, guy who gets onto the elevator before people get off. Steven PHX. Can I tell you something? Guy who gets on the elevator before anybody gets off is more of a reason to go than a guy pickpocketing somebody else down 55 and then going the other way and dunking it and letting everybody hear about it. He should have hung on the rim for 30 seconds and then let everybody know. He should have gone Jerome Lane and brought the glass down. That would have been good. I mean, if you're going to do it, George, man, do it right. Go big. Finish. He should have been swinging from the rim for like 30 seconds and talking junk and pointing at the guys below him. JJ Sport Mode tweets, no apology necessary. He doesn't have to go back to New Jersey or give back his jersey. Hey, KU, you might have scoreboard, but Pappas reminded you it's a man's game, bitch.
Man's game, bitch.
Yeah, I don't think that's what he reminded anybody of. But it doesn't mean that it wasn't awesome. It was awesome because you'd never expect it in a million years. Ask the guy who was dribbling out the clock. And not only did he go in there and snatch it, he went the other way, threw it down, and then was looking to get in somebody's face and let them hear about it. And went with F-bombs. I mean, at that point, it doesn't even do any good to say, hey, George, would you look up at the scoreboard, dope? Now it's 53. You can't scoreboard that guy. He's scoreboarding you with that act of awesomeness. Especially when he had to give back the 2 points on the tee so they did, in fact, double him up. I mean, maybe that's what the guy was thinking. I don't know. I can't get inside George's head. Either he was thinking, hey, man, this is a bad look. They doubled us up. I'll take care of that. And this guy can go back in the locker room and tell his coach. Like when King says, hey, man, what were you thinking? All right, glad you asked, Coach. What I was thinking was it'd be a terrible look for any and all of us from Monmouth to get doubled up. And I, for one, was not going to let that happen. Either that or my man was just thinking the game's not over. 4 seconds left on the clock. I'm not going to sit here and take this. Whatever it was great. Mike D for 3 tweets, that dude from Jayhawks Radio is a loser. Let the Monmouth scrub have his dunk against Kansas. That dude should get a medal, quite frankly. Jeff 2 tweets, thank you, George Pappas, for giving me more sincerely content. Yours, Joaquin. Anyway, so where did he come out on this? Was Kansas, I'll put it in the form of a question. Was Kansas doing the classy thing and dribbling out that clock? And Is there no place in the game for Pappas? Or is Pappas like the best thing that happened this weekend? If it made me laugh, how bad can it be? It made me laugh hard. If it made me laugh and then hit replay 50 times, then it must be a pretty good thing. Again, who thinks to do that? I'm on the side of that's okay. He didn't violate some crazy code.
I think that's where it's going to end.
Yeah, I thought so too.